Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is the latest installment in the COD franchise, but if you're confused at all as to where this game fits in the modern gaming world, let me clear it up for you so you don't get the modern release date confused for the modern in-game date. Now, the franchise has seen annual releases since the early 2000s when Call of Duty 2 was originally released, 2 years after the original Call of Duty was released, that game taking place in World War II too. Well, technically there was a Call of Duty game released in 2004 called Finest Hour, but let's keep things simple. So let's simply skip to modern times, the first game of which comes to mind is the original game, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, which serves no connection to the modern game, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, they did remaster the aforementioned Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, dropping the 4 on the former and releasing the latter later. But before they were modern, now they're modern no more, since their story actually begins in 2011. To be clear, the modern Modern Warfare features the Warzone game mode, which is featured in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 too, but is called Warzone 2.0. I know it's confusing, but to be fair, in the known lore, the Warzone warfares are separate from the other warfares, which, fair warning, take place in the future, and is something I hope Activision will take action on to clear up in the future. But let's go back to the past, because we just passed Call of Duty Ghosts, which mostly takes place in the future, but also the past. And an alternate reality. And in reality, Ghosts was planned to be its own series, but weirdly just disappeared. So now let's get back to the modern Warfare, or as I like to call it, Morfair, which is funny because I don't think it actually is more fair. I'm just kidding. It's not funny. So the real difference between Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is that the modern Modern Warfare 2 uses Roman numerals instead of numbers, similar to the Black Ops series, other than Black Ops 4 for some reason. So I guess they're not Roman numerals, but rather ticks meant to symbolize stripes on a military ribbon, which is just a thematic way to ensure you don't get confused if you ever have to count past 4. Although they did use Roman numerals in Call of Duty World War II, but maybe that was to make sure you didn't get confused for a potential Call of Duty World at War II. As a side note, did you know that no Call of Duty game has fully taken place during World War I? You'd think the first World at War would take place during the First World War, but it actually took place during World War II, just like Call of Duty World War II. Now, as a side note to that side note, the Black Ops series did have a prequel called Black Ops Cold War that, along with the first two, featured the Cold War, but it was a sequel too because Cold War took place between the two, although Black Ops 2 took place in the future too, during the second Cold War. And Black Ops 3 had a Cold War and took place in the future, and Black Ops 4 had no campaign but came before it, morphing it in equal measures and much to my displeasure into a prequel and sequel together. There's also Call of Duty Vanguard. That came out. Anyway, I think that about clears it up. Be sure to purchase Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 out this year, 2022. I mean, if you want to. I'm not gonna buy it. Besides, there's always next year, right?